Good morning. I'm Dr. Sanjay Jain, Associate Professor in Mathematics at Samrat Prithviraj Chauhan Government Postgraduate College, Ajmer. Today, we are taking lecture on differential geometry. Earlier, we are taking 3 to 4 lecture on differential geometry, in which we are study the meaning and introduction of differential geometry, curve in space, and arc length. Today, we are taking tangent of a curve to a given curve. What we are seeing in a diagram here, we have an arc. Origin O is an origin, and we have 2 points on arc P and Q. The parametric coordinate at P and Q are t and t plus del t. Okay, and these 2 points P and Q on the arc. So OP becomes the radius vector r, and OQ is r plus del r after a time del t, moving from P to Q. Here you are seeing there are two color, red color line P in P and Q archial length, that is denoted by capital A, arc length PQ denoted by red line, not an line, red curve, and chord PQ, that is a straight line joining the PQ, that is denoted by C chord G1. Okay, so this is a diagram, simply meaning when moving at some time P at T point, and after T plus del T time it move from P to Q. Okay, now what we are doing here, let PT and QT plus del T be the two consecutive points on the curve r equals to RT. Okay, then we can write PQ. PQ means the line PQ, length of line chord. That is nothing but the difference by the triangle law. Okay, so this is nothing but PQ is equal to OQ minus OP. Okay, so OQ is what? Nothing but r of t plus del t, because q point having a parametric coordinate t plus del t, and OP means p point having a parametric coordinate t, so it is rt. So PQ is nothing but rt plus del t minus rt. Okay, and what is PQ? Del r. Okay, that is chord del r. So del r equals to rt plus del t minus rt. Now dividing both sides by del t. Del t is a small changes in time. Okay, so we get the term del r by del t is equal to pt plus del t minus rt upon del t. Okay, now when q tends to p, means P tends to Q, it is only possible when del T becomes 0, tending to 0. The chord PQ ultimately become parallel to the tangent at P. How? What we are taking, when del T tending to T, it becomes full derivative dr by dt, that is denoted by r dot. So r dot is nothing but dr by dt. When limiting tending to del T tending to 0, it becomes this. So what is this? This is parallel to the tangent at P, r dot is. Okay, so what we get, tangent parallel at point P is parallel with r dot. So as you seen in the Cartesian system, y equals to mx plus c is on a line of tangent where m is on a slope. Okay, similarly here r dot is on a parallel to the tangent at P. So the vector equation of the tangent line at PT, how we write? R is nothing but, capital R is nothing but small r plus u r dot. What is u here? Where u is the scalar parameter, r is the position vector of P, and capital R is the position vector of any point on the tangent line. That is an important. So the tangent line in vector form is r equals to r plus ur dot. This is a tangent at a given point on a given curve. Here we use the point P. So this is the tangent line of equation. Capital R is equal to small r plus ur dot. Okay. So this is the first thing how we get tangent in polar system. Next we have some corollaries which we using in the differential geometry. First corollary, the unit vector, the unit tangent vector, the word unit, you already know unit vector. If r cap is a unit vector, then what we are doing? R vector upon magnitude of r. Okay, so here the unit vector tangent vector is denoted by, here just we see in the last slide that r dot is the tangent parallel to the tangent. So unit tangent vector is what? How we define unit tangent vector? R dot upon magnitude upon of r dot. Okay, so t, let t be the unit tangent vector, so it is nothing but r dot upon mod of r dot. Okay, what we are doing here, r dot u, we are substituting a variable u, r dot u upon, let's suppose the magnitude of r dot is some numerical number that is denoted by s dot u. Okay, so how we write r dot u is dr by du and s dot u is du by ds. Okay, so it becomes dr by ds, du and du cancel, since r dot cap is nothing but s dot of u. Okay, since the vector dr by ds, how we write dr by ds? We are taking d by ds outside and r is nothing but x I cap plus y j cap plus z k cap. Okay, so after differentiating each term with s, we get dx by ds I cap, dy by ds j cap and dz by ds k cap. Okay, so what we are seeing here is tangent to the curve, which curve? X equals to xs, y is equal to ys, z equals to zs. So mod of dr by ds becomes magnitude of coefficient of these quantities. So it becomes dx by ds ka whole square plus dy by ds ka whole square plus dz by ds ka whole square. Okay, after taking ds square in all denominator terms, taking as a common, so we get dx square plus dy square plus dz square upon ds square. But we know in a curve what is ds square is nothing but dx square plus dy square plus dz square. So it becomes ds square upon ds square in under root. So it becomes ds upon ds. So that is 1. So ds square is, we are using here ds square is equal to dx square plus dy square plus dz square. Here again we note dr upon du is also in a tangent vector. Here we are using in the first line in the numerator, r dot u is nothing but dr by du is also in a tangent vector, but not necessary a unit vector. Okay, tangent vector although, but not unit tangent vector. Okay, so this is the form of unit tangent vector. Whenever we need unit tangent vector, we require r dot upon magnitude of r dot. Okay, next corollary second, tangent in Cartesian form. Okay, how we get in the earlier slide we are seeing tangent in the polar form. Now we are taking tangent in Cartesian form. What we are taking in Cartesian form? We are taking coordinate x, y, z. Let capital R equals to capital X, comma y, comma z. Small r is small x, small y, small z, and r dot is nothing but x dot, comma y dot, comma z. dot. All are in Cartesian form. Then the tangent line at xyz is given by r equals to r plus u r dot. We have already derived it in the first slide. Okay, so we can substitute these value here, and after substituting these value we can write first term equate to first term. So we get capital X is nothing but small x plus u x dot. Similarly, capital Y is nothing but y plus u y dot, and z is nothing but z plus u z dot. Now comparing for the u, we get x capital X minus small x upon x dot is equals to capital Y minus small y upon y dot is equals to capital Z minus small z upon z dot is equals to u. So this become an equation of tangent line at x, y, z, and direction cosine of the tangent line are proportional to the denominator term, that are x dot, y dot, and z dot. So here it is in a Cartesian tangent line in Cartesian form is x minus x upon x dash equals to y minus y upon y dash, z minus z upon z dash. Here we are using dash notation because we use parameter s in place of t, so we get equation of tangent line. So this is the form of tangent line. Okay, so this is tangent line in Cartesian form. Now the next corollary, direction ratios of the normal to the surface fxyz is equal to 0. Here after tangent we need normal. Okay, so direction ratios, not direction cosine, one thing important, direction ratios of the normal to the surface fxyz equals to 0. Here some important term we are using here, differentiating with respect to t fxyz equals to 0, we get because f related with three coordinates x, y, z, so it becomes partial derivative. So del f upon del x with completing order, so dx upon dt plus del f over del y dot dy upon dt plus del f over del z dz over dt is equal to 0. Okay, this equation is very important. How we getting it or how we writing it, here we take an inverse process. This can be written grade of f dot r equals to 0. How we can write it? You can understand by this. What is gradient f? Is nothing but I del f over del x plus j del f over del y plus k del f over del z is an a grade f. Okay, and r is nothing but I dot x plus jy plus k cap z. Now multiplying dot product of these two equations, grade f and r dot, so I dot I becomes 1, j dot j becomes 1, k dot k becomes 1. So we get nothing but multiplying del f dot r equals to 0, so we get del f over del x dot dx over dt. First equation we get. So hence it follows from second that grade f is the direction ratios of the normal to the surface fxyz is equal to 0. Any surface having any surface fxyz is equal to 0, its normal direction ratios of the normal is gradient f. Okay, and second thing, the point rxyz, because r is the direction ratios of the tangent at rxyz. Okay, so direction ratios of tangent is r x y z, then normal direction ratios are gradient of f. So this is an important part. Whenever we require normal vector, we using this r grade f dot r. Okay, we are using in a numerical also. Here we are taking some numericals. Find the equation of the tangent at a point t. What we have got, equation of tangent we require on the circular helix we already studied some question on circular helix. What is circular helix? X equals to a cos t, y equals to a sin t, and z is equal to kt. Okay. So the curve r equals to given to us in parametric coordinate is a cos t, comma a sin t, comma kt. So r dot becomes a as such, but differentiation of cos t is minus a sin t. So the first coordinate become of r dot is minus a sin t. Similarly, second is a cos t, and third becomes k only because t differentiate with respect to t becomes 1. So r equals to r plus ur, where r equals to x comma y comma z capital. Okay. Here it is a misprint. In the book it is given small, but it becomes capital. Okay. So capital X comma y comma z is nothing but value of r plus u into value of r dot, which we have from 1 and 2 substitute here. Okay. Again we are taking u as common, so we get capital X minus a cos t upon minus a sin t is equals to capital Y minus a sin t upon a cos t, and is equals to z minus kt upon k is equals to u. So this is an equation of tangent line. Okay, because here we are the given coordinate in the parametric form, so we are using r and r dot. Okay, and so substituting in the equation. Next question, find the unit normal vector to the surface. Here surface fxyz equals to 7. What is the fxyz? 2xz square minus 3xy minus 4x equals to 7, and at the point 1 minus 1 and 2 we have to find unit normal vector at any point 1 minus 1 and 2, and fxyz equals to 0 is given to us 2xz square minus 3xy minus 4x is equal to 7. So we need unit normal vector. We already studied in the third slide that what is unit normal vector? Gradient f. Okay. So upon mod of gradient f is unit normal vector. Here f is given to us. So first we find out what is gradient f. Del f. So substituting the value of del f over del x, del f over del y, del f over del z in gradient of f. What is del f over del x? Partially differentiate with respect to x the given f x y z. So we get del f over del x is 2z square minus 3y minus 4. Del f over del y is nothing but minus 3x. Similarly, del f over del z is 4xz. Okay, so we get del f is 2x square minus 3y minus 4 into I minus 3xj plus 4xzk. Okay, so gradient f is in terms of ijk at the point 1 minus 1 and 2, gradient f becomes 7 I cap plus 3 j cap plus 8 k cap by substituting the value of x equals to 1, y equals to minus 1 and z equals to 2. We get del f is 7 I cap plus minus 3 j cap plus 8 k cap, and mod of del f is nothing but square of in under root square of 7, that is 49, square of minus 3, that is plus 9, and square of 8 that is 64, that is total 122 in under root. So unit vector normal to the surface is nothing but gradient f upon mod of gradient f. So we get gradient f is 7 I cap minus 3j plus 8k cap upon mod of grade f is under root 122. So this is the unit vector normal to the surface. Okay. So today we are stopping here. We are just touching the tangent and normal of a curve space or a surface. So in next turn we are taking direction cosines and normal plane. So today we are stopping our lecture here. You revise all the terms which we using today and taking regarding numerical related to this. Thank you.